Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Let's say this is a run 2, which is second run. It could be same day or some other day, doesn't matter for us. Now if you say if you go to type 1, first day, let's say you processed, you have data 1, 2, 3. Second day if you go, then what is the data you'll have? It you'll have only 1, 2, 2 and 3. So this is gone, first one is gone. So this is what we call override, which means what, at any given point in time, STD type 1 is going to maintain a single copy, which is going to be the latest copy in the warehouse. This is what we call type 1. What is the problem with this? Problem is what? Let us say if you want to trace of this particular customer data, like what was the original data, what is the modified data, we don't have a track, so it's difficult to do that. Yeah, because in warehouse, right, we expect what, historical data, which means since last 6 months or 1 year or 5 years, what is happening in this particular uh, let's say bank, let's say fidelity. Now based on that, we need to what, predict estimation of future demands, or we need to forecast it. That we cannot get it by using what, SCD type 1. So that's why SCD type 1 is not at all advisable, especially when you build a solution for based on data warehousing. Second is what, then how to solve that problem? That is where we need to go with what, type 2. So type 2 is the most widely used what we call SCD in the warehousing world. Why? Because let us say first run is this and second run is this. Both the runs data will be maintained as part of what, this particular SCD type 2, which means it's a set of historical data. Historical in the sense, prior transaction data or previously processed data plus current run data will be maintained. Remember this, yeah. So that is where this SCD type 2 will be used. Remember this, yeah. Yeah. What happens second case? It does update to second column, but still we don't touch what we call original data, which was processed in a prior run. Remember this. So that's where we use a term history. So we maintain what, historical data by using what, type 2. Similarly here this guy type 3, we can still maintain history here also, but column level. Let's say in this case column 2 and prior column and then prior, that's all. So we cannot maintain more than this, yeah? So which is a big problem, which means what, 3 levels only we can maintain. What if you want the history more than 3? So which can't be maintained by using what, type 3. That is why this guy has got a limitation and this guy also has got a limitation, type 1. So that is why the best and most widely used type of SCD would be what, type 2. Now how do you achieve it within this particular Informatica? So one of the transformation that is going to help us to achieve here is what, update strategy. Remember, yeah? Yeah? Update strategy. So update strategy, as the name suggests, check and update. In the sense what, we provide some condition. If the condition satisfies, we take a decision whether to insert or update or reject or delete. So such kind of operations would be taken care by using what, update strategy transformation. To do this, we can use simple if else blocks or else if ladder, or we can also use either IIF, which is one what we call condition block, where we can take care of both if and else, or multiple nested blocks also, or we can also use what, decode, which is a finer version of final form of what IIF. So ultimately conditional based, whichever use, either this or this, whatever, right? This particular update strategy would work based on what? Conditional. So we define a condition, based on that we take a decision whether to perform insert, update, reject, or delete. So to perform these four operations, one of these four operations, right? So we have got pre-built macros. Yeah. So we got pre-built macros like 0, 1, 2, and 3, which can be expressed in terms of numbers. And we can also have, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, we can also use what macro names like dd insert and dd reject, dd delete, whatever. We have got four: dd insert, dd update, dd reject, and dd delete. We have got a four macros which are equivalent with what? These numbers. Yeah, both are similar. Whichever are comfortable, you can use this. Yeah, this is what we do by using what update strategy. Yeah. Now let us start getting into the tool. So you got the concept, right? Yeah. Simple update strategy based on what condition we take a decision to update or whatever. Just to make it very simple. Yeah. Let us see how we do it by using what? This particular Informatica. That's what we are going to take a look at now. Yeah. So let's all go to the tool, go to mapping, select create. Let's start doing it. Dinesh, yeah. Oh, Dinesh is ready already. And oh, you are also ready, huh? Oh, I am bit behind, huh? Yeah. Mapping with what update? Yeah. Update strategy. Yeah. Now let us take any table here. So go to transformation and select what update strategy. So update strategy TRX. Click on create. And set done. Mike. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Now based on what we are going to perform these operations, right? Let us say we are going to perform based on department number, right? Now, yeah, we can take all columns or one or two columns, doesn't matter for us. Yeah. And target normally it should be what database, but still we can also use file, doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's it. Now we can connect this to what? State target. This is very straightforward. Now we need to understand how to configure the update strategy. Yeah. Open this update strategy. Yeah. Double click on it. Go to ports where we have got two ports here, which are input or output. And now can you see update strategy expression? Yeah. So now we can start adding what? Conditions here, like what we were trying to discuss, right? Like if else or whatever are comfortable. Let us say we are going to add IIF. IIF means what? If and else. That's what it means, nothing else. So now here, let's say for department number, which is a dep number, is less than 20, then perform what you call dd insert, or else perform what? dd reject. That's it. Yeah. So which means if the data satisfies what I call log with a condition. Then we insert data to a target, or else the records will be rejected. So they'll be sent to what? Separate target, which is what I call bad files data. We will see where do we have it. Now let us validate this. So expression passed successfully, right? Yeah. Please type this. I think everybody is done, right? Yes, all are done. I think Dinesh is doing. Dinesh, you can just type IIF. You can put IIF. Then type, let's say department number is less than 20. Correct, no? Then insert what? Let's say DD insert or else DD reject. Yeah. That's what need to be done. Looks like your system is not cooperating, so I'm trying to do it. Now it's passed, right? Successfully. That's it. So you don't have ports, huh? Port is there, no? Yeah. So let's validate. It is done. Yeah. Now say okay. Yeah. Now let me go back to my system. Here you could able to see what if you say okay, right? Now we could able to see forward reject rows. We are using a DD underscore reject, no? Meaning what? We are going to forward this reject row to where? Some other target. So by default, Informatica maintains rejected records in a bad file. So where do we have it? How the data would look like? We will see that after running this. Yeah. And trace concept is different. I'll talk about it as part of debugging and then say okay. That's it. Yeah. That's all. Job is done. Now let us go and build workflow and see the result. Yeah. Can you start doing it? Go to workflow manager. Yeah. You need to add a target, Dinesh. Add a target here. Yeah. Dinesh, are you there? Looks like you have some problem. Yeah, perfect. It is done. Now you can just go to workflow manager and create a workflow. So this mapping is valid, right? My system, did I save it? I think I saved it. Yes, it is inserted. It's valid anyway. So now let's go to workflow manager. Yeah, start building workflow. Yeah. So workflow underscore what update strategy, right? Say enter. Now add a task, which is session underscore update strategy. Yeah. Now click on create. Select for mapping. The last one. Now connect start task and session task. Yeah. Now the next step is what we need to configure the session properties. Go to mapping. Department is perfect. Update strategy. Yeah. So we can see this condition, right? Like what we have defined. And target. Target, if you want, we can change this. Yeah. Yeah.
There itself we can update the reject file directory and reject file, right?
Yes, yes, you can do that. Now there is a bad file directory, madam. Yeah. So can you see below, right? PM bad file dir. Yeah, no?
Yeah, I mean, it is written reject file directory and then PM bad file. Yeah. That's the one.
Exactly, you are right. So yes, if you want, we can change this, but this will be generated by itself. Yeah. So if you want, you can change the path up, change the path, or we can go with what default path. Let's use one is a default path, other is our own path, so that you will understand both. Clear, right, Priyanka? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. Now let us say okay and save it. Yeah. Now we could able to see what workflow is valid. Yeah. Now let us start the workflow. Yeah. I think we need to go and check. Is that this update strategy, right? Yeah. Last one. It is successful. Yeah. Can you see here 4 rows? Out of them, we can say applied rows only one. Rejected how many? Rejected 3 rows here. Clear, no? So now let us say two targets. One is what? Good one. Other is what? Bad one. Yeah. So let's open the good one, which is less than 20. We can see, right? First record, department number 10. This is a good one, let us say. And bad one, you will have it as part of reject folder or bad files folder, I call. Yeah. Can you see here? Under info shared, you will have bad files directory. Yeah. Like we have seen PM bad files, no? $PM bad files. That's the environment variable and corresponding value is what? Till this location, which means till this location. Now we can see bad file which got generated, right? With 1 KB. We can see that. And now we can open this particular file data. Yeah. Can you see here? 3 is a, we talked about 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 is that. D is a flag and 2030, this is a data like what we have uh, got rejected. 2030 40 it got rejected, and then the values research department whatever, right? So that's it, which is transactional data. So that's what we can see, which means what good ones or bad ones. These bad ones should be communicated to whom? Business analyst, where they would take a look at those records and they will take a decision like what to be done with these records, whether to fix it or after fixing it we need to get it reprocessed in next business day. Yeah. So that's what they would take a call, BS. Yeah. This is simpler to understand like how this particular what I call update strategy is going to work. Yeah. Any questions here? Usually, this update strategy we normally use target as what database, but it will work for both. But in reality, we perform these operations against with what database. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Any questions from anybody so far? Yeah. So what you can do is probably you'll have to ask questions. Yeah. Remember, then only we can make it more interactive. Yeah. So probably today we have a time, right? So you can uh, just try to read uh, the documents, whatever. You can get a lot of documentation by Informatica. Otherwise, if you want to share, I can also share some material or document. Yeah, because this is there since many years, right? We can get lots of documentation over the net. Yeah. So unless I can share it, if one of you provide email ID, right, I'll share the documentation. You can read through it. Yeah. I have one simple what presentation stuff. So this probably you can just read through it. Yeah. So % of presentation. So probably you can understand concepts clearly. Yeah. Concepts as well as the usage of some transformations. Yeah. Fine. Well, I'll share it. So if you supply one of your email ID. Yeah. So that's about what this particular update strategy transformation. So tomorrow we need to talk about some leftover transformations. Leftover is very less, I think, one or two, and almost done transformation part. And next is what I need to talk about. What in the workflow we have got different types of tasks. We just focused only one task actually so far. So we have got other types of tasks like a command task, whatever. So we'll talk about 2 or 3 tasks, whatever, so that you'll understand what other tasks all about. Yeah, and then we also need to understand like how to automate this particular Informatica workflows. For example, once you create a workflow, can you run it from third-party scheduler? Answer is yes. Or can you schedule and run it here? Yes. I've shown option, but we can do it practically also. And next is what if you want to run this particular Informatica workflows from third-party scheduler, so we need to create a script, which is what is called shell script or bash script. To form a bash script, we need to have commands. So we need to use command line utility so that we can run this particular workflow from the command line. That's the first thing we need to do. Then that particular command can be kept as part of a script. That script should be called from third-party scheduler. This is how the flow should be, right? So scheduling part from third party, anyway, we have not installed it, but anyway, just making a call, right? Anybody can do it. But how to form a command, how to run it, and see the result is same as what we could run it from workflow manager. So that part also I need to talk. I'll talk about that. Then once we know that, next step is what we also need to understand how to debug in case if you get stuck with something or if some any failure happens in this particular either workflow level or session level or any other task level or mapping level or let us say transformation or reader or writer level. So how to identify or how to isolate a problem, like where it went wrong, then how to get it troubleshooted. So that also I need to talk. After that, I also need to talk about performance tuning techniques in the sense before we get into tunables. So do we have any ways to identify bottlenecks? If yes, what are those? And once we identify bottlenecks, how to what I call start getting it tuned in a sense by applying what different types of tunable techniques. One from Informatica perspective or from operating system perspective. Third from let's say hardware perspective. So those things also need to talk about that. So I'll talk about it on tomorrow's session. On top of it, if you want any other things to be covered, please let me know. I'll cover that. Any kind of thing you can ask, I'll cover it with the examples. Fine. Yeah, that's a plan for tomorrow's session. Yeah. So, if I get time, I'll also talk about Matra has got multiple options like filtering, applying a filter, look at the data, and how to take care of multiple types of tasks, restarting tasks, restart workflow from task, recover or cold start, whatever. Right? These are very straightforward thing. Or but still, if I get time, I'll cover that. Yeah, these are just optional things, but if I get time, I'll cover that. You know. So that's it of today tomorrow's session. So yeah, probably with this, probably we'll stop for the day. We'll continue from it tomorrow if you guys are okay. If you want me to continue, we can still do that. So I don't have any problem. So that we can finish all the topics in short time. Yeah, yeah. So any questions from anybody? That's your turn actually. So you need to ask questions. I think I covered many topics. So now it's up to you to ask more questions. What you can do is probably after session, if you get time, and you'll be busy with project. In case if you get a free time, right, you can just practice this. I think these systems will be available even after this session. Or you can practice or you can read through some documents and prepare questions and ask questions, any kind of question tomorrow or even after tomorrow you can ask, but response will be not like during session, right? So I should look at your mail and then I'll have to respond. So there'll be delayed response. So tomorrow means you'll get spontaneous response. Yeah. Fine. So okay then. With this, Paul, we'll stop for the day. We'll continue from it tomorrow. Yeah.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.